Irish whip now off the rope. St. Clair, he takes that drop kick by Cruz. And here we go. Only a 2 count, though. Maybe almost a 3. And I'll tell you what, St. Clair showing a lot of fight left in him after that maneuver. I'm surprised he even got up after that drop kick. But we got to get Jewel in there, I guess, if you're a fan of St. Clair and Jewel, that team anyway. You got to get Jewel in there. St. Clair making some mistakes here because he should be making the tag. Get the fresh man in.
Well, you know, Lenny St. Clair has a lot of confidence, as would you if you were a champion in Japan as he is, and if you were a champion in Western Canada as he has been in the past. Lenny St. Clair is a fabulous athlete, and he's also a very tough individual. When you wrestle in Japan, you learn a different style. You learn the very tough ways of the Japanese, and now he's doing the smart thing, as you said earlier, first smart thing you've said today, and he's tagging in Brian Jewel, and look at him go to work on Cruz. Come on, Brian.
Holy cow, Jewel, what a brawler, landing those big blows there, and another one, and I can guarantee you that was a close fist. No love, oh, what a drop kick there. And I'll tell you what, Jewel has come into this match and made a big difference already. But look at these two men go back and forth now. Tooth and nail. Holy cow, look at Jewel. He made the tag and he suckered him.
Suckered him? Why would you say sucker? He kicked him in the stomach. Big deal. That happens all the time. It's not a sucker move. It's a nice move. And Lenny St. Clair with a DDT, and he may have knocked him out.
Holy cow, only a 2 count, but you're absolutely right. Surprise there. When Lenny St. Clair DDT'd the heavyweight champion, Cruz. And now on the other side of this one, Cruz has got to make the tag, but look at these two men. This one's going to turn out to be a big brawl.
It's a big brawl already, Joe, and you saw that DDT. Cruz, a Canadian heavyweight champion, he's a great athlete. You are not going to pin him unless you grapevine the leg. You've got to neutralize both the legs so he cannot kick out, and Cruz came out the back door because Lenny forgot to grapevine the leg.
I can guarantee you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, if you get a chance to see the stars of the WFWA live in your area, get your tickets early, whether singles action or tag team matches or whatever it may be on the marquee. I can guarantee you one thing, when it's the WFWA, it's the best in Canadian wrestling. Oh, big elbow there by Brian Jewel. I can guarantee you there's a lot of feuds brewing here in the WFWA. You're taking a look at one of them right now. Brian Jewel and Cruz. Big chop there by Jewel now, and another. Oh, wow, what a right hand. And there's also a feud going on between Lenny St. Clair and sudden impact Chris Jericho. Another one brewing between you and Bulldog Bob Brown. I'll tell you one thing, you got to keep on top of the action week after week or you're going to miss something.
Oh, you're definitely going to miss it. And what we're missing right now is a toe-to-toe boxing match between Brian Jewel and Cruz. I mean, they are slapping the you-know-what out of each other. Now, what a kick by Brian Jewel right to the chest of Cruz, and I think it may be all for the cruiser.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a pleasure to get up to Kenora, Ontario, about 1 week away, Monday night, August the 10th. The Kenora Rec Center. I'll tell you, the roof might come down with action like this. Pick up your tickets at the Kenora Shoppers Mall or at Tilley's Pharmacy. You don't dare want to be disappointed at the door with action like this on the marquee. Big booth there. And now you can see that St. Clair and Jewel are starting to gel as a tag team. This one's been an off-on battle for both teams. They got to take advantage of their advantages.
I would have to say at this point that Cruz and Chris Jericho are a little bit behind on points. If this were a boxing match, which it's not, although one would think it might be with all the punches that we have seen. But I think that Cruz is in a lot of trouble right now. And as you mentioned, starting to gel as a tag team, and I'm talking about Brian Jewel and Lenny St. Clair, and there's a beautiful fist right to the throat. I think Cruz may get pinned.
I can't see that happening just yet in this match. He's got a lot of fight going. You can see him trying to build himself up here, get his adrenaline pumping through his body, through his veins. And Lenny St. Clair, nice forearm there, uppercut, if you will, and a kick there that lands as Cruz tried to turn it around. But he's got to make the tag. Uh-oh, it looks like Cruz. He's getting a little mad in there. I'll tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. If he can turn this one around, he's got to make that tag. But St. Clair, he is staying on top of him like a winter coat.
Oh, Cruz, I mean, he has had Lenny St. Clair all over him like flies on you-know-what. And that's not a little joke on Cruz. I'm just trying to illustrate my point. What a great athlete Lenny St. Clair is, and what a great athlete Brian Jewel is, really giving it to Cruz.
Oh, he ducks under the clothesline there, and he flying body press on both of them. He makes the tag, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, sudden impact in there. Big right hand now, another one for good measure. And the impact is definitely showing with Chris Jericho in there right now. We're just over the 5-minute mark in this one, and Jericho coming alive, trying to save his team here. And Jewel comes in there for a big right hand. A big body slam now. And look at sudden impact. Chris Jericho go. He's a one-man wrecking crew.
You're getting all excited. I know that Chris Jericho's always been your favorite. And look, he's hooking him for a belly-to-belly. And what a move. And I think Lenny may be in a little bit of trouble. And a smart move by Brian Jewel.
He did save his team on that one, or it would have been all over after that belly-to-belly suplex by Jericho. And a big drop kick there that lands right to the chest area, if you will, and Jewel from outside with that big left foot, if you will. And I'll tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm breaking up in a sweat here at ringside. This one has been a topsy-turvy contest. And look at sudden impact, Chris Jericho go way up high in the sky. You can see it, and he comes down with that big hand that lands, and it might be all over. And saved by the bell there, not really, but by his partner, Brian Jewel. We got all 4 of them in there.
Well, it's a Pier 6 brawl. We got all 4 men in the ring, and Chris Jericho made the initial mistake. You should never go for a pin in the other man's corner, but it hasn't hurt them a bit, because look at Jericho. He is on fire, and so is Cruz, who's recuperated, and they got both men on the run, and I hope that Lenny and Cruz do something soon.
They turned that one around there. Holy cow, look at this one. Both of them reverse it one more time. And whole atomic drops there, and both of them outside the ring. And this one, oh, just what I expected might happen has happened. We've got all 4 of them outside the ring.
Well, why isn't the referee disqualified Cruz for coming in? Jericho's a legal man with Lenny St. Clair. Lenny St. Clair and Brian Jewel were trying to have a wrestling match, and the other team, Jericho and Cruz, has turned it into a brawl, and they are going all the way live. And why doesn't the referee disqualify Cruz?
Well, I'll tell you what, the referee had the count on, but we got to be close, and the bell has been rung. The referee has counted, I would think, both teams out from what we can see so far until we get his official decision. But look at this. You've got Cruz and Jewel on one side, and on the other side, you can't see him in your television. It said, here we go. You've got Lenny St. Clair with Sunday. He's got a table, for crying out loud.
My God, Joe, my God, he's going to use a table. And this is the Japanese influence on Lenny St. Clair. Look at him. He's a sick man. He's a twisted man. But look in the ring, because Cruz and Brian Jewel are still going at it. He hit him with a table.
He threw it at him, for crying out loud. I'll tell you what, nothing's safe in this kind of a match unless it's bolted down, and I even have to wonder about that. Look at Cruz and Jewel still go. I mean, this one's been about a 12-minute contest. And look at sudden impact, Chris Jericho now slamming the head of Lenny St. Clair.
They're using it. Oh, my God! They threw Brian Jewel, and he broke the table. I can't believe it.
Brian Jewel looks like he's laid out the... Look at Jericho on one side. They're still slamming away there at Brian Jewel. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. This one ends in a double countout, but I can guarantee you, in my view and the view of the fans, your winners are those 2 men right there, Cruz and sudden impact, Chris Jericho. Some outstanding tag team action this week on WFWA Main Event Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, now we want to take you to a special interview with the WFWA Heavyweight Champion, Cruz, and his tag team partner, sudden impact, Chris Jericho.
You just saw some wild and woolly tag team action, man. I think I found myself a new friend, Chris Jericho, right here. And I'm going to tell you something, Brian Jewel. You're a backstabber, all right? And Lenny St. Clair, I'm not too sure about you, but I'm going to tell you one thing. That was a hell of a match. And Chris Jericho, I would like for you to be my partner some other time, man.
You know what, Cruz? I want to shake your hand right now.
All right.
I've done a lot of tag team work, and I've been with a lot of partners. But when I come back to the WFWA, let me say, it would be an honor and a pleasure to tag with such a gentleman as yourself. Because we had a good time out there today, and it was a double DQ. But, you know, something clicked, and I kind of like the way it feels. And if it feels good, don't stop, baby.
Do it again.
Live WFWA.